I'm here in the diner section of the Surf City Garage collection. This houses some pretty special cars. This is where the Mustangs kind of live. One very special car in particular is the one we're going to be working on. This Boss 302 here it has 13,000 original miles, and that includes the drivetrain. I can tell any of you Mustang guys out there, you probably know these cars were built to race. Many of them didn't survive, and especially in this condition, because they were driven so hard. They were built to go around a track really, really fast. So this car is super special. It's probably one of my favorites here in the collection, and I'm a diehard GM guy, so that says a lot. I also have the very special privilege of being able to prep this car for a road trip. It's going to be taken out on the road for a little bit. Because it's going to put some miles on it, they wanted to make sure the glass was sealed and protected. So we're going to first clean it with our clarifying glass cleaner, and then I'm going to follow up with our glass sealant and clarifier. That will ensure that the windshield, one, is perfectly clear for the road trip. Maximum safety. You're driving a very valuable car, you want to be able to see, but also it'll keep it easy to clean. So when the car does come back from this drive, this road trip that it's going to take, it'll be easy to remove those bugs. It's not going to be a real pain. Also, if it happens to see any weather, we hope not, but if it does, the water's going to bead, kind of sheet right off the windshield at speed. So what makes our clarifying glass cleaner so unique is that we thickened the formula slightly. That's one of the things. What that does is it allows the cleaner, it's not quite a gel, it's not quite a liquid, somewhere in between, but when you spray it, it stays put a little bit better. So when you're doing those side windows, it's not going to immediately run down and hit your trim. Second, it's safe on the trim. It contains no alcohol, no ammonia, which makes it window tint safe, but that also makes it trim safe. So if you do happen to have delicate trim like we do here on the Boss 302, even if the glass cleaner is to get on there, no concern, it's perfectly safe for that. So I'm going to start by giving it a little shake, spraying the windshield down. I'm also using a microfiber glass towel. Now, a lot of people complain about how these towels are used. They grab, they slide, they're hard to work with. I'm going to show you a little tip. When cleaning glass with a microfiber glass towel, don't fold it. Throw it down, full open like that. Place your hand on top and bring your fingers together, kind of pinching them between each finger. That'll keep the towel under your control and allow you to clean the glass really easily. It's also worth mentioning our clarifying glass cleaner. We call it clarifying for one very particular reason. It has no added dyes. It's perfectly crystal clear. So if you could see through this bottle here, you'd see the product is clear as water. The reason for that is we found in our research that glass cleaners that contained excessive dyes, lots of dyes, tended to have issues with streaking, specifically in hot sunlight. Our product, used in full sunlight or in the garage or in shade, it's never going to streak on you. The secret to using a microfiber glass towel with any glass cleaner is to have at least 2 or 3 glass towels at your disposal. That way, after you get through a few windows, you can jump to a new towel. Nothing worse than starting in one place, the towel's fresh, but after a few windows, you get around to that other side, it's probably going to be a little dirty at that point, so it might be time to switch out the towel. You're going to get the best performance out of a clean towel every time. So as you can see, just cleaning the outside of this windshield, and this is a car that sits inside, just that kind of buildup of dust and haze, you can see it. There's still some streaking on the inside, so I'm going to finish the outside here. We're going to seal it up, then we're going to jump on the inside and clean that. At least with Surf City Garage Professional Clarifying Glass Cleaner, windows won't feel like a chore. So now that we're on the inside, we can address the inside of the windshield. I recommend cleaning both inside and out before you apply the sealant. That way you can make sure you've gotten all the smudges. Sometimes it's hard to tell if it's something on the inside or the outside of the glass. So clean the outside, then clean the inside, step out, do an inspection, maybe put some lights on it so you can see or pull it out into the sun. Make sure your glass is perfectly clean before you jump to the sealant stages. That way you're not chasing streaks around later. Some small tips for cleaning inside of a car, because this can be a challenging space. These 302s, built for speed, not for comfort in some cases. It's a rough reach in some of these spaces. I like to take the towel, fold over for the interior. I spray the cleaner directly onto the towel, one light mist. It doesn't take a whole lot to clean the inside of a windshield. Generally, it's just kind of hazy, and that way you're not getting overspray onto the dash, especially a car like this. I don't want to have to be chasing overspray onto things. As you're cleaning, get the big areas you can reach, but there's going to be a few corners that are going to be more difficult. You can either get out of the car, stand up outside the door, and reach in that way, or another technique that I really like is I take a microfiber applicator, or a sponge of any kind, really. I take my glass towel, and I wrap and I fold it around that applicator. Gives me a nice wedge. So now, getting down in these really, really tight corners, where normally you have that haze left over, no matter how much you try, you can't get your hand in there, you can wedge this down in that crack and clean way deep down up against the glass. That's a technique you can use to get into that really, really tight space that's almost virtually impossible to get any other way. The nice sponginess of the foam kind of as a backer allows you to wedge it really deep down in there and kind of use the glass cleaning towel's power to clean. So now that I've got that really hard to reach space done, go back to just using the towel. I'm kind of chasing down my streaks, getting into these corners up here, which are much easier to reach without having that microfiber applicator. Make sure that I clean up and around the rear view mirror. It's one spot that a lot of people tend to miss. And the mirror itself, obviously. You got glass cleaner, might as well take care of everything that's got glass on it. So we're gonna jump out here, inspect the glass, kind of take some different looks at, make sure I've gotten all my spots. Then we're gonna jump to the sealant. So that way we make sure this glass is perfectly clean, crystal clear, and protected for the road trip. So we chased down all the streaks, cleaned outside, inside, jumped back out, inspected, and chased down every last one of them so we know the glass is as clean as it's gonna be. You know, obviously a car of this age with 13,000 original miles, the original glass still in it, there's some pitting that we just can't get rid of, but hey, you know, that's part of the charm of this car. Now I'm gonna apply a coat of our clarifying glass sealant. Our clarifying glass sealant actually provides a protective coating, kind of a non-stick surface for your glass. While it does that, it also fills in minor imperfections in the glass and enhances the clarity, thus the clarifying factor of our glass sealant. It's excellent stuff, will last for hundreds of miles of wet weather driving, and even if you don't see rain, it makes the bug splats and that kind of stuff really easy to remove once you get back from a drive. To apply, very simple. Spray a little bit onto the surface, and with a microfiber applicator pad, just gently wipe in a crosshatch pattern, back and forth, up and down. I do it this way so I can make sure I'm covering every square inch of the surface I'm treating. Now, let that haze over for just a moment. Kind of like a wax, you let it kind of haze up, then you remove it. Haze is actually quite fast. Once it's hazed over, buff off with a glass towel, and reveal really, really slick, crystal clear glass. So now we've got the glass completely sealed, ready, protected for this road trip. I like to, if I find any streaks after the application of the sealant, hit it again with the glass cleaner. Luckily, our application here came out pretty much flawless, other than a few small chips, which again is to be expected. This is a pretty rare and original car, and you don't exactly replace the windshield if it was the one that was installed from the factory. But it's nice to know it has that protective coating of clarifying glass sealant on it now. So when this thing goes out for its long road trip to a car show, it's going to arrive. Be easy to wipe those bugs off the windshield, and when it comes back here to be put home in the collection, it'll be easy to keep clean too.